Hi there, my name is Callum Thompson. I'm e-learning support officer for the business school at MMU. This is the second in a short series of 4 videos, just looking at groups and groupings and how we set them up and how we implement them. This video is going to look at just how we set up a grouping. Now, grouping is almost a container that we can put around a group, which contains, and then we can share resources and activities specifically with students within these groups. You'll remember from my previous video that I mentioned that a group can be set up to cluster students together so they can carry out an activity together. Well, a grouping acts, as I say, a container around that, and it means we can release resources and activities which only the students within the groups within that grouping can see. So it's slightly different from a group, it works a little bit differently. But the best way to see that is just if I can demonstrate the setting up. Now I'm just going to scroll down the page to the administration block. I'm going to click on groups again. This is just where I set up my previous group before, and there it is there. I've got Callum's group with 5 students. Now all I want to do is put these 5 students in this group into another grouping around it. So that's the container that we're going to put this group into, and it means I can share resources and activities with them. Now to do that, I'm going to go to the left hand side to this groupings tab. Click on that. Now you'll see I've already got a couple of groupings set up here. I've got my even numbered grouping, which has groups 2 and 4 in it, an odd numbered grouping, which has groups 1 and 3 in it. Now all the students contained within these groups will be in here, so we can put as many groups as we want into a grouping. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to put one group in. I'm going to so to create the group first, I'm going to click Create Grouping, and I'm just going to call it Callum's Grouping. And for the description, I'm just going to say this grouping contains all students in Callum's group. Okay, I'm going to scroll down and click Save Changes. And you'll see now that I've got this new grouping called Callum's grouping. There's currently no groups within this, so it says none under the groups column, but I can change that along here, Edit. Now I've got these 2 icons, Edit, which takes me back in where I can change the name, and Delete if I just want to get rid of it. But I'm going to click on these 3 little figures which says Show Groups and Grouping, and that takes me through to a very similar interface as when we added our students to our group in the first place. However, I don't need to go through and select all the students again from that group. I can just select Callum's group and then select Add, and that moves from potential groups over to existing groups within that grouping. Now I don't need to save it, it's already over there. I'm going to click back to groupings, and you'll now see that I've got Callum's grouping with Callum's group inside, and then I've got my icons on the end if I want to go back and edit that again at any point. Okay, in the next 2 videos we'll look at how we now implement these and what they really mean when we start to use them.